This video is to show you how to set up a session in Pro Tools for broadcasting on Sunday. So first step is to open Pro Tools. I've already got that open. I'm going to go Command N to create new, or it will show up with this dashboard basically when you first open it. So we want to create from a template, and sometimes this is grayed out, so we just double click create from template, go to our broadcast folder, hit 2022 January 02 is our most recent template that you probably make the rest of January with, although I've probably already made all of these projects for January for this year, so maybe just open up those projects and then you can recreate what I'm going to create in this video. Alright, first thing is you can have PCO open and check out the songs and put the song names in. Alright, so that's first thing. So how we do a marker is press enter on the numeric keypad and then you can type in the song names. So you want to put in the song name, the leader's name, and the key. I believe it was B, wasn't it? Yep. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest of those. Alright, so you can hit Command and numeric 5 and it will pull up the memory locations window. There it is there. So you can see that we've got all of our songs there that you could click on, and at any point the cursor will go to those songs. So that's handy. Next thing you can do for recording purposes is do a selection within those markers. You know, that's going to be fine. And then hit enter again. You could say song 1, or you could rename them the songs that they are. And this is going to be handy because when you go to do a recording, you want to record within the key, the auto-tune key, and within the markers, so that when you're playing back and setting up your mix, it doesn't go into other parts of the session. Alright, so there's our next one. We're going to go and relabel all of these. Alright, now that we've done that, our next thing is to set our song tempos. The way you can do that is to go to Planning Center. Let's double check I got that right. Click on the song. And we can see the tempo under song 126. Yay! So I'm going to go ahead and do all of that. Alright, once your tempos are done, your markers are done, now you're going to come to the vocals and make sure all your auto-tune automation is right. So all of the Waves Auto-Tune plugins are all linked, so we should be able to just change one and it will change all of them. So I want to check that my on-off correction is in the right place, and you want to have that before your first song, so that when you click on No Tune, the correction button there you can see will be off. And then when you hit your first song, it will be on, and it'll be on for the rest of the set. So that's all good. Then we can look at our scale type, which should always basically be set to major. And you can see that's major. And the way that you do one of these little circles or notches on the automation lane is to hold down Command and click, and you'll have your little notch there that you can move around. So we go to our scale root, and all of these are wrong, but as we move them they're going to come right. The way that you can get rid of one of those notches is actually to hold down Option and it should go away. So we set our first song to B. There we go. There's a little notch there. Alright, move on to our second song and change it to the right key, which is all the way down the bottom at C, and I'll go ahead and finish all of this stuff off. So all of our keys are set to the right key. Our next thing to do would be to write down all the correct vocalist names. So Phil's always usually on 1, Aaron's usually always on 2, Sheena's mostly on 3, but let's have a look at who's on vocals. Oops. Alright, we're going to put Kitschy on 3. We'll try and keep all of our leaders in the first couple of mics. The other thing you can do is in the comments section write down what part they're singing, but you're not going to know that until Aaron kind of puts all that stuff in. Can't remember who the next one was. Kayla, and that's it. So all of our vocalist names are in there, and that's going to help us to sometimes pull in some presets that we might have down here. We've got Vox female, Vox male, and Sheena. But yeah, as we kind of go along, we'll save more presets like that and be able to pull them in really quickly. The other thing to check is your inputs and make sure that all of them are right. So Vocalist 1 comes in at input 38. Dante Virtual Sound Card is what DVS stands for. So DVS 38, and we've got 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and that's all good. But one of them was wrong. And I remember that from last week. And if it gets changed around, just make sure you fix it so that we don't end up with 2 Sheenas in the mix or 2 whoever, because 1 is enough. The other thing to do, which I think is probably the last thing, and it's kind of, just something to think about, is writing the band's names down for whoever is playing, because it helps you understand how they play, what to expect from them, and also helps you with gain structuring. So different guitarists have different rigs, different drummers play at different velocities, and it gives you a different type of gain structure. And if you know that in advance, you can go to your front of house mixer and ask him to maybe add a bit more gain or take away a little bit more gain, and sort of set that up so that all of your plugins work really well. If you have the right kind of gains on each channel, the mix should sound pretty consistent week to week. But if it changes, it's kind of annoying. It's hard to get right. That just helps. I mean, if I were mixing, I'm not going to mix this session, but if I were mixing, I'll go, oh yeah, Jed, yeah, he's got a, he's got one of those boxes, the same one as Dylan, and they basically need about 23 decibels of gain. Simon on bass usually comes in pretty hot. He's probably going to need gain down to maybe 15 dB. Whoever's playing drums, Mitch, yeah, pretty standard. Mitch, we know how he's going to sound. So yeah, that's how I set up a session for Sunday. That's pretty much done. Just remember, when you open it up, you always have to click this button for it to work. Otherwise, your mix will just all go nowhere. Yeah, so master mix at the end there is where it all goes to, and then it sends into broadcast and your monitors, and you're laughing. So that's ready to go. And also, I mean, if you didn't know this, you've got to turn this, and all the channels are basically linked. I haven't linked 7 and 8 because if you don't have a vocalist there and you record those channels, it's just wasted data. So yeah, all the channels should be linked, and when you hit 1, you should turn all of them on, and with that on and with that on, you should be good to go. So have fun with that. See you next time.